Bring yourself up onto hands and knees now and stick your right leg out to the side. We're going to do a little experiment here, and if you have a bad back, it's not a good experiment, but you can still understand what's going on. We're going to take a side bend in this pose which is known as gate pose or Parinjasana. Gravity is the prime mover here, not necessarily a side bend. To explain, if you turn your foot out, so you're in an external rotation, the greater trochanter, that's the head of your femur, moves backwards and you can tip your pelvis sideways. So take a sideways bend now towards the long leg, the right leg, and you'll see that's fairly easy. Take the left hand and bring it up over by your ear. Now take an inhale, and on the exhale come back up. Now we're going to do a true side bend, and you'll see this is a lot more difficult, so everyone can join in on this. It does turn it into a spinal movement rather than a hip movement. Turn your long leg, the right leg, to face forwards. Inhale. Exhale, and take your left arm up, swing it out to the side, and bring your whole body into a side bend movement. Now you'll feel you're jammed in the hips. The hips are stable, so the movement is in your back and not in your hips. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly button back to the spine, little squeeze on the pelvic floor, and float the chest up back to center. Now bring yourself into sitting, bring yourself into deer pose with the right leg in the front and the left leg in the back. You can take a little bit of your weight on your right hand. Inhale. Exhale, press down in the back knee. Inhale. Just check, by the way, that your feet are at 90 degrees before we go any further. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward. Now inhale. Exhale, side bend away from your back knee. Side bend away from your back knee. Increase the stretch a little bit further by leaning down and away from the back leg. Keep driving that back leg away from you and anchoring it as much as you can into the floor. You can feel that this is lengthening in your Quadratus Lumborum and the low back. But if you slightly round your upper back, round by the shoulder, you'll be getting into Latissimus Dorsi as well. Inhale, exhale, pull belly button back to spine, squeeze on pelvic floor, and float the body back upright. Bring your back leg forward and tuck it in towards your groin. Right leg straightens out to the side. Inhale. Exhale and lengthen right up through the body and twist to the left towards your short leg. Inhale, lengthen again, exhale and side bend right. Pavritijanu Sasasana, seated side bend. Hold it there. Traditionally, if you can, you would take hold of your big toe. Inhale, exhale, little squeeze on the side body and bring yourself up to sitting. Bring both legs out in front and lie down on the floor, on your mat. Get a sense of your body in terms of the difference one side to the other, particularly in your side waist where you've been really working. The erector spinae have also been lengthened, and your Quadratus Lumborum, so the low back behind the waist, and Latissimus Dorsi, the whole of the length there, plus trapezius, so right the way up into your upper back. You'll also have got a little release on that hip, so you may notice leg length discrepancy. And a turnout increased on the right. When you're ready, draw knees into chest and roll on your low back. And take yourself onto your side and then onto all fours. Now take your left leg out to the side. Stay kneeling on your right leg. If your back is okay to do this, turn your left leg out. That external rotation allows for the greatest trochanter to move backwards and the pelvis can tip sideways. So take an inhale, exhale and side bend, bringing the arm up overhead. So notice how easy that is, or otherwise. Inhale, exhale, squeeze belly button back to spine, little squeeze on the pelvic floor and float the upper body back up to center. Now turn the toes to face forward on the left. The long leg toes are forward. Everyone could join in on this because there's no risk to shearing in the lumbosacral region and SI joint compression. So because the pelvis is stabilized. Inhale, exhale and side bend towards the long leg, bringing your arm up overhead. The hips are straight and all the movement is done in your back. Notice how this feels compared to being on all fours doing this side bending. Inhale, exhale, belly button back to spine and float the chest up. Gently bring yourself into sitting. Now bring your left leg in front, right leg behind, both legs at 90 degrees in deer pose. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward over the front leg. Keep pressing into the back knee so that you stabilize that back hip. Increase and side bend away from your back knee. Side bend away from the back knee. Focus on the low back area, the Quadratus Lumborum. You're getting a beautiful stretch there. Take your arm overhead and really reach. See if you can round the back very slightly towards your back of shoulder, and that will bring the stretch a little bit higher into Latissimus Dorsi. Inhale, exhale and come back up. Take your left leg straight out to the left, to the side. Right knee bends, foot in towards your groin. Inhale. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale and twist over your short leg. That's the right leg. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale and side bend to the left over the long leg. If you have the ability, you can reach your arms and grab hold of your big toe or any part of your foot. Notice where you feel this stretch. Inhale, belly button comes back to spine, squeeze on the pelvic floor and float back up to center. Gently bring yourself into lying. Bring knees to chest and roll on your back. Notice how you feel in all areas of your back. If you take your hands away from being wrapped around your legs and just bring them up, palms facing above your chest, and roll about without that usual stabilization of holding the legs. You're rolling on the whole of your back, but notice how your tummy has to stop you from rolling all the way over. Now lengthen your legs long along the mat. Take a lovely inhale into the side ribs, nice and slow and soft. Then exhale, allow the belly button to sink into the spine and notice how the whole of your side body feels either side. Wriggle about and check out what's changed.